We are excited today to really take you through showcasing the new features of the SIPPIO toolset. As you know, all of our features and functions are really driven by desired business outcomes. We really work hard to look at the different roles or functions that a partner and a customer have in enabling voice service in Microsoft and in Zoom. And we really work to automate those and make it simple and easy to use. One of the things that you'll see about our tool set as they are demoing it today is that it's designed with all roles of an organization in mind. So there's components there for executive sales individuals, finance, marketing, your deployment specialists who may actually be handling an activation, and then your CSR reps that may be handling the day-to-day management of their customer in the tool set. And I think many of you know David Spindler. He is our SVP and head of digital strategy, as well as development and operations at SIPPIO. He is the brains behind pretty much making all of this work and come to life. Today, he and his team are going to take you on a journey of how easy it is to enable voice, both in Microsoft Teams and in Zoom. So we hope that you find a lot of benefit and value out of this and appreciate your time and attendance today. You can ask questions in the window if you would like, and we'll open at the end for questions as well. And I
Great.
think a
Thanks.
couple more videos to shut off if we can, Ali. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our call today. We're very excited about this release. We didn't do a big release in December. We obviously made sure everybody had a great holiday, and we banked it all ready for this day. So really excited to show you. So let me show you my screen, and then I'll get right into the tool itself. Spend about 20 minutes on it, and then we can open up for questions. I'm also going to have Ali jump in to show you how to set up a subscriber, because one of the things that we are going to be showing today is the ability for you as a partner to give this tool to your customers. And then also George is going to show you a feature called the My Catalog feature, where you can add your own SKUs into the system, which will be visible and seen by your customers only. Okay, so without further ado, you can go to SIPPIO.io. In order to get to the tool, you type on the partner portal. We use Microsoft two-factor to log you in. So if you've got a Microsoft account, it will be arranged and hooked up to the partner portal, and it's connected through the domain. If you don't use Microsoft, because we do carry Zoom today, and we do offer a Zoom service, we do have Google two-factor also. We just ask if you want to do Google. We would do the configuration change in the back for your login, and that will give you the capability to log in using Google. Okay, so without further ado, let me log in. I'm going to log into our demo account. As you can see, it's using two-factor. And the first thing I want to show you here is, as you can see, we have a modal window. I'm logging in the domain of demo at SIPPIO.io, and I have two accounts associated here. One as a partner, and one as an end customer. And that's going to be really important as we go through the demo. So first, I'm going to log in as the partner. A lot of you have already seen this. And if you have, then you should be able to remember most of it. So I'm not going to get into all the detail, but some major features that we've changed in here, we're going to focus on that today. So first off, the profile and the user that's logged in, and the master user of this particular account, or what we call platform owner. So we try to not use the word master user, but platform owner. You'll see the catalog. And as I said, George is going to get into the catalog and the ability to add your own SKUs. So you'll be able to add your own design, your own description, using all these different fields, your system description, your marketing description. If you're a global organization, you have services in multiple different countries, what services you have available in their different countries, any resources, useful links. And again, George is going to get in there, and you have the ability to order. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to jump over that. You may see a difference here. the ability now to impersonate your end customers. Remember, SIPPIO to the partners, end customers. So Abtech, Acme, as an example, we have all these different accounts you'll have the ability to access. In this particular case, Abtech has Teams or a launched voice panel, and they also have Zoom numbers with SIPPIO. So what you'll see is you'll see both links to open up these various different tools to port the numbers and maintain the end customers' numbers themselves. On the billing side, a lot of you have seen this. We have added a couple of additional features in here. Remember, we care about more so everybody, but particularly two different relationships. SIPPIO with the partner, meaning the partner who we sell to, and of course the customers that consume in the service, who would be the end consumer. So in that regard, we have what we call a buy and sell relationship. The buy is between SIPPIO and the partner. The partner in this case, their 8 number is TCO4, which stands for US, and the 4 digits afterwards, which could be a partner or a distie selling to a partner, the partner's name, and then absolute the invoice that we're selling to them on a monthly basis, and an appropriate CDR that is absolutely available to be downloaded here. And as you can see, the CDR is here, and it will be you can import it, export it. It'll have your cost and your selling price in here. So there's a margin to be made on the CDR and the usage. And then when you go to sell, what we've done is we have the free end customers you've sold to. These are called pins in our world. The reason why we care about these, more so because of the CDR than we care about the detail, but more so in the CDR. In the CDR, you can download that CDR by that end customer. Remembering, we'll still have your cost and the selling price. And when we get into the end user view, that CDR will also be available for Abtech to download themselves, but will only have usage, and the wholesale and pricing will be removed. Okay. Couple of different features. If you're using our billing system, you have the ability to control and manage that. Also your account balance with us, etc., or the account balance of your particular customer, depending on what you're using of our billing system. In some cases, we have partners that use our billing system to manage and maintain their invoicing. Okay, another feature that we've added into here is our numbers, our ability to manage the particular asset. As Dawn Marie said, we've built these tools with personas in mind, and know that most of these services and features have been built, requested by you to be built for you. And so we engage with our partners on a frequent basis. I personally do myself, and because I love the feedback. And then some of these tools we built. In this particular feature, we built it for 2 or 3 customers that have asked for the feature. Now in here, you've got a list of all the partners that you have all your end customers that you have as a partner, and you have the ability to see their inventory. And this inventory can be made up of stuff that is with SIPPIO, what we call a managed account. I mean, these numbers are in our SBCs, and you have unmanaged. These could be anything from PBXs to analog devices, alarm systems, whatever that may be. And in here, you have the ability to maintain and manage these numbers. Your customer also has the capability to manage these numbers in 2 other places, one in the voice panel, and then the other place is in the end user view, which I'm going to show you in a minute. You can import and export the data, and it's easy to maintain and manage. The feature we've added in here is we've added devices associated to that user, that username and that user number. So you can add devices to that, again, to give a complete 360 view of that situation when it comes to the telco services. And if you're an MSP, as an example, providing that level of service, then from an asset management perspective, you also have that level of control. The ability to update is pretty simple. Going over to the left to update it, you can either import the data or you can update it right in here. You can set up additional departments by clicking on the logo here, add or modify departments. Again, if it wasn't a managed account, I mean, it's not with SIPPIO, it's with Teams, and it's with a PBX, you'll have the ability to add a carrier, whether it be you or somebody else. You can assign or unassign the number. You can also tell us what type of, tell the customer can even add the type of number, whether it be a fax, like I said, an alarm system, whatever that may be, and then if they've got any particular notes or that they want to add. Furthermore, you can also add a device, additional device here. So we'll pick a webcam, let's say. These are the brands that we have loaded in the system. We'll pick the modern webcam, and if there's a serial number of that webcam, whatever that may be, we can add that in there and save. Okay. If I go back to numbers and I look at that particular account again, just to see, so it's updated, go to sort by managed. I go to the top one again, and I click on here, and as you will see, there's the webcam that I've just added. This is importable. You can import and export this data into a different location if you so wish. And remember, if your customer updates, this information is also updated in here. We will be adding a notification indicator probably in the next sprint, so you'll be able to see what's being added by the customer or what's being added by you. Okay. What other features have we added in here? We've added E911. We've been doing E911 updates since the day we opened. This is where we're registering that number to emergency services around the world. So in this particular case, I'm going to log in to that service. Because you're the partner, you will have line of sight to all your customers. I'm going to go to ABTEC and pick on ABTEC today. ABTEC have numbers in the United States, but if they're a global account, they would list all the countries, and you can update the numbers. I'm going to look at that particular number. What we're doing right now is making a call out to the emergency services. This number is registered to this address. The customer can do two things. If they're working from home, let's say they're going to work from home this day, and they want to, thank you for the question, Michael. We will address them shortly, okay? So George, Anali, or Don Marie will be looking at them questions and come back to them. So thank you for sending the question in. So you can choose from an existing address, or you can add a new address. So if I chose a new address and I did a search, it's going to do a search in the marketplace and allow that update, and then you would save that. We also have the ability in here, or added the ability, if that customer has a major move and they pick their address and now they want to move the whole office, we have the ability to do a bulk update, same kind of service, and update that service. Okay. All right. Back out of here for a second. Now we're going to talk about quality of service. We're really proud of our network. We're proud of our data centers. As you know, we've got 9 data centers today. We're at another data center next week in Europe. So we'll have 10 data centers. Now that means that really hyperscale and redundancy is a very important note for us. We want to be able to support hospitals. We need to be able to support anybody who's looking for a particular dial tone on Zoom or Teams or even in their own PBX. So we want to make sure that our service is hyperscalable and always available. So we're so proud of it, we expose it. So in here, we save 7 days of data. You can imagine the millions of calls that we're supporting on a monthly basis today. So we support 7 days of data. I'm going to pull up, do every calls every 5 minutes, every hour, or every day. So I'm going to pull up every day for now. And what it will do is it will tell you the level of service that we're offering, and it gives you a high, low, or medium on them particularly. This is recording from origination to termination of that particular call and back. Okay. If the customer has a particular call that they had concern of, where they want to do a trace on that particular call, we even enable the capability. We capture who the users are login, and then they give us a range of that particular call, and then we provide that range or information back. Okay, back out of here. MOSCOR is a market, I guess a gauge in the marketplace today that we strive to do. We always want to be absolutely the high to best. Best is practically impossible to achieve. So being in the high is where we want to be for how our business works, where we're providing service or tracking the service from origination to termination. So I'm happy to say that this is just recording. We're registered in the market at 4.2, which is really, really high in our space. So very proud of this. And again, the ability to actually do a search on a call. So these are the plugs. You have the ability as the user to go into access and be able to turn these plugs on and off. It is absolutely responsive, as you've seen before. So the larger the screen, or if you want to update on your particular phone, all them features are already available. Now I'm going to get into a little more magic in here. One of the things we've added that you've not seen before is quotes. So because we service 60 countries around the world and we deal with the rules and regulations of them different countries within our space, we've got to be, it's very complicated. There might be a rule where you've got to provide a particular piece of documentation in order to turn on a service. There might be a requirement in a particular country where you've got to have a minimum requirement. There might be services that might not be available in each of these countries. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a quote. Show you the magic. And then we're going to come back into here and explain this. So let me go and create a quote. Because you're the partner, you'll have all your end customers listed. Remember the 8.5. The first 8 describe you as a partner, and the last 4 or 5 digits describes the partner that's connected to you. Okay? Could be a partner or an end customer connected to you. So I'm going to pick on EBTEC again. I'm going to continue. Because everything is associated to country, and this even includes when you add your catalog, where you can even design add a part into our system or into your system. And what it will do is it will ask you which country. It'll even ask you which customer. So what it does, it allows you to have them multiple layers within your organization to provide the right service to the right people and at the right price. So we're going to pick country here. I'm going to pick an easy one right off the bat, United States. I'm going to pick a service. These are the services that SIPPIO offer into that particular country. And again, once you add the My Catalog feature, it will list your list of products that you want to be able to sell to them people in that particular country too. So I'm just going to pick Voice Connect. Voice Connect is a port-in or activation service. Port-in is if you bring in the numbers. Activation is where you're adding a new number either provided by us or you're provided because you're a carrier. That's an example. We're going to go port-in just for now. I'm going to pick the collaborator. EBTEC, when we picked EBTEC, they have Zoom and Teams. So I want you to remember that for a second when we go back and create the second quote. I'm going to pick Zoom for now. I'm going to pick 5 numbers. I'm going to add it. There's a couple of things to note here. On the right-hand side, as we're building the quote, we're building kind of the insight of what you're doing here. So for example, on this particular case, the bought 5, okay? So your individual cost of that is going to be rated here, and the selling price or MSRP of that particular would be here. Now, these are fictitious numbers. You would negotiate and work with your salespeople in order to associate whatever that cost would be, and we would emulate that cost in this tool, okay? And then what your selling price. But there's some other magic. So let me pick a different country. I'm going to pick Australia, where we have a data center today. And in Australia, we have our Carrier Connect SKU. You can reserve numbers. You can port or activate. So we're going to say activation. We're going to pick Teams on this one. We're going to pick 5 seats. We're going to add that. We're going to pick another country. We're going to pick one that's a little more difficult. Something I always think is amazing, South Korea. Pick South Korea. They only allow activation. They don't allow porting. So you've always got to buy a new number, and they have a restriction of the number of numbers that you need to buy. So we've brought in this logic to kind of tell you, hey, listen, as you're going through this process, in this configure price quote process, we need to tell you what's going on. You need to buy 100 at that point. It's a rule that they have. We're going to buy Zoom. We're going to buy 100. I'm going to add this. So as you can see, it's building the quote. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit continue. This is where I believe the magic really happens. We tell you the services that you've selected. So we're giving you an insight. You've selected Teams and Zoom on this order. We're going to tell you the infrastructure that we'll be providing in order to support this service. And this is universal. So you could have your logo on top of it. It's entirely up to you. But it's also going to tell you all the documentation required which seems daunting, but is the industry we're in, the documentation, and also turn on to these particular countries. Now, again, this is a quote. So these are informational at this particular point. You can do two things. You can save it, or you can save an order. Entirely up to you. We're going to save it for now. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to my quotes, and you'll see the latest order that's just been saved. Okay. Now, as you can also see, you're going to see some other quotes in here where there's a number difference. Okay. So I'm going to go into this one. We know that as quotes are built and created, they may ask for the world. You're going to send that out, and that's fine. Customers, end customers sometimes don't know which service they want to go with. Completely understandable. It happens all day long today. So you might create a quote in here as a point of reference. So two things we're going to capture. We're going to capture when it was created and who created it within your organization. And we're going to give a line of sight to this. So in this particular case, they bought this product, or they asked for a quote for 100 voice connects in Canada, and this is what it was. As you can see, there's no ability to edit. Here's the documentation that we provided to say, this is the information you need to have. As you can see, they came back and said, oh, no, they added United Kingdom. They wanted to add 5 seats because there's a satellite office in the United Kingdom. So they've added 5 seats there. And then this is the latest quote that was generated today. Where they said, no, we aren't going to do the UK. We're going to stick with Canada. And we've gone with that Canada. Okay, now I can do two things. I can then go back into quotes. I can then go into that order, and I can create an actual order itself. So I can finalize the quote. I can continue. And then what I can do is I can then place the order, save and order it. Okay. Again, if I just want to save it, it will create another version of it, but it will create an order if I click save as an order. So I'm going to do that. I'm accepting the terms and conditions. I'm submitting the order. Now this will be sent over to our system. What will instantly happen is a project manager will be assigned. The information is automatically put into the system. Documentation will be collected from you directly. Okay, and you'll be invited to participate in our project management tool where we pass information backwards and forwards. Okay, so I go back there. Now that has been order submitted at the top. I no longer can edit that. Okay. Again, create as many as I want in here as I so wish. Okay. Any questions before I leave out of here? Okay. I'm going to say no one's asked, so I'm going to continue. We've also added some communication in here for you. So we've added some advertising, some additional information as we bring in new news or information about what's going on in the marketplace. So more to come there. You've seen some of these other features that we've had before. So I'm going to log out of here though. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log back in. I'm going to log it back in as that end customer, AbTech customer that we had in the system. So I'm going through the same process. I'm using my 2-factor to get in there. And what I'm going to do is, you remember when we landed on the screen before, we had the carrier provider company and we had AbTech. I'm going to log in as AbTech. So this is the first version of this product being available in the marketplace. We still call it the partner portal because AbTech is a partner of yours as a partner with us. So AbTech, log into the partner portal. You will see by the middle of February the ability to load your own logo in here. So please stay tuned for that. And you'll be able to, George is going to show you how to add parts in a few minutes. On the collaborator side, the end customer can do the same thing. They can launch onto the voice panel, go through, the login to that voice panel as an example. So you guys have all seen that before. I'm logging into AbTech, into AbTech's voice panel now, and I can maintain and manage their routes, their policies, as you guys have seen before around the world. So this is pulling the information out of Teams, it's caching it into our world, and then they can also maintain their users, the numbers, the routing, etc. You guys have already seen this. As soon as I exit it, we dump that data, we clear the cache. So again, really protecting from the synchronization that may be required if we didn't do that. Zoom, George is going to show you that in a second. On the billing side, we show the CDR information. And if you want to get into the CDR, we can go over there, and George is going to show you that in a second. View the CDRs here. So it just gives you the date. remember in the old view CDR, it tell you the account number. Obviously, we don't need that. So we would just view the CDR, and you'll see the CDR here. So as I said to you before, this is a CDR. As you can see, all the pricing is only to do with usage at this particular point. So as you, as the partner, you'd share this with the particular customer on the usage, and then provide an invoice for any usage used. An example. Because the service isn't turned on to order, you won't see quoting or order in here, but you'll be able to do that also in here, where there'll be a button up the top saying order. And also, George is going to show you a button in a second that allows you to add your own parts. Sorry, so in the other view, but the customer will be able to buy any of these products directly from you. How that would happen is an order would come directly to you. It will be sent to you via email, or we do an API connection to your ERP system in time. We obviously would work with you on that. And then what would happen is, as soon as that customer wants to convert that order, you would send us a PO for add the pieces for SIPPIO. And let's say this is your part, then you would fulfill that part as on your timing as you so wish. Okay. After the user side, again, I'm clicking into United States because I already know I'm ABTEC. I'm logging into ABTEC and I'm seeing my numbers. So just to show you consistency on the service. So there we are. This number still registered this, still has the capability to update, and they can register, and they can also do a bulk update, as I showed you before. Line of sight into the network that they've connected to. As you can see, these ads won't be SIPPIO. These ads will be general, whatever that partner wants it to be. You can update them, and they'll be associated to that particular partner. On the support side, right now, the support request would come through to Zendesk. But again, we would, if you have a customer wants to, if you want to turn on this service, you certainly can. We would connect up your ticketing system to this tool. So when you click it, so when the FabTech clicked on this, it would go to that the partner for a ticket, as an example. And there's obviously a lot more detail. We absolutely can get into a lot more detail with you guys. What I'm going to do, though, because of time, I'm going to pass this over to Ali. Ali's going to show you how easy it is to sign up a customer and actually turn a customer on if you so wish. You can turn yourself on too, just to try it out. Okay, Ali, over to you.
Thank you very much, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Ali. I'm the Director of Infrastructure and Security at SIPPIO. I'm going to steal the screen share my screen, and walk you through the process of adding a new user into the partner portal. David did a great job in explaining most of the things, considering the few hours that we have on hand. I'm going to go straight into the user creation and show you how it looks like. I'm going to log into the partner portal, as you see, using the same demo account. This demo account is linked to an imaginary or fictitious partner account. I'm logging in here, and I'll show you how we can create one user. At first login, as David alluded to, we can select which profile or which customer or which partner are we going to log in as to. I'm selecting the partner account, so we can add a subscriber to this partner account. Without more description, I'm going to just skip everything else and go to the user access page. Under the user access page, we can see the list of all the users who have access in this account. And as you see here, I see the account numbers, and for some users, we see 2 or 3 or even more account numbers, which means that these specific users have access to more than one account. As an example, this test account has 2 subscribers account access, account called ABTEC and WIHA. If you wish so, you can just edit the account access right here for that specific account and select add or remove more accounts. If I want to, I can say, you know what, this account need access to another subscriber. As an example, I can add one more subscriber and accordingly select what type of access am I willing to give this one. Confirmation, and this will send an email to this email address. That's one way of adding access to an existing user. If I want to add a totally new user, that would be possible too. I just need to go here, select the add on top right of the screen. Next, I will enter the email address. Hit the arrow, and as you see, it automatically populated the first name and last name. Why is that? The reason that it detected the first name and last name is this account already exists in our database. So it has access to another account or another subscriber. That's why it automatically detected. If you entered an account email address here and did not fill the first name and last name, you have to enter it manually. Next, you just select the subscriber that you would like to select, give access to, and select the permissions. Click Save. Confirm the prompt. Yes, we are sure. And the email is sent. It will take up to 15 minutes before it is propagated. Once the propagation is completed, as you saw here, during the login page, it would be prompted which account are you going to select. Let me log in back with the demo. So once the propagation is done and I log in with Ali test or a test 2, I would have 2 more accounts here that I would be able to select from. With that, I'm going to pass to George and would be available in chat for any questions.
Hey, everybody. My name is George. I'm the Dev Project Manager here at SIPPIO. Thank you very much, Ali and David. I'm just going to very quickly go over a couple of really exciting new features, as David alluded to. So the first one would be adding your own SKUs to the catalog. So here's the homepage, as we all know. And if we go into the catalog, we now have a new button here called Add. So if we click that, we're presented with this form fill. And it's really that easy. What we did is we mimicked my apologies, we mimicked the same structure as the catalog page. So fill out your product name, your SKU. Once you enter the SKU, all partner SKUs will be added with a prefix of P, so we can differentiate between the two items. You can update your product icon here, select your currency and cost and MSRP, basically any other customizations that you like to do, collaborator. We can even add additional fields if you like. So for example, let me just click add here. If you wanted to add a professional service, you can add professional here, and it would be 24/7. So you can see the professional services field is added with the field value of 24/7, and that would show on the catalog page after you submit it. From there, all you would need to do is enter a short description and a marketing description for your product. You can select all the countries that it's available in. So if we click here, you have your choice. So let's just pick a few here. Those will show up. Any pertinent links, for example, to your homepage or product description page, and any resources you'd like to add. Again, these are just links to either PDFs or websites that you think that would be applicable for this particular SKU that you're adding. After that, sorry, go ahead, David.
Okay. A couple of points to note, guys, is that while this is an individual SKU, if you've got a catalog as an example of products and services you want to add to the catalog service, there's also ability to do a mass upload. So yes, you can actually do this individually and maintain and manage it on an individual basis, or you can manage it through an import-export capability too. Sorry, George, go ahead.
No, absolutely. That's 100%. So after you fill out all the information, just hit save. It's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to actually add the product to the page, and that's it. Very easy. We tried to make it as simple as possible. So from there, go ahead.
Couple of points. One is you can also set a date when you want it to publish. So let's say you're doing your work or setting up the catalog, 5 days before, and you wanted to put a date of publish, then it will push on that particular date. The other portions would be is you can set up a particular SKU that is set up just for one particular end customer, as an example. So, the ability to say, hey, only AbTech can see this professional service at $9.99, like a little bit example. But if they had a service, their price is, $10, let's say, as an example. So there is some additional controls as you're going through this. This service will be available in the month of February. And so, as you can see, it's 99% there. We're just going through UAT and testing at this particular point. It's one of the features that we were asked for by you. So here we go. And this is what we delivered.
Exactly.
Okay, George.
So the next feature I'm going to be showing is the actual. Sorry, just one second. Maybe log back in. Okay, so the next feature we're going to be showing is how to connect your numbers and upload your numbers to your Zoom account. So it's actually, we made it as easy as we could. So here, for example, we have our company AppTech. We've been picking on AppTech all day. Here we can see they have two collaborators. They have Teams and Zoom. So in order to launch the Zoom app, all we need to do is click on the Zoom icon here. And now this launches our Universal Connector Zoom app. So from here, we would sign in with your partner portal login. So there we go. So now we've captured your account number. Now from here, we would connect to Zoom and we would connect to your Zoom account. So as you can see here, we have our Zoom account and our 8.5. So these accounts are now linked. We can view all our numbers that have the designation of Zoom. And if you want to push these to your Zoom account, all you would need to do is select the number that you'd like, hit publish, confirm that you'd like to publish these numbers to Zoom, and that's it. It's very easy. We have our message here that the phone numbers were submitted to Zoom with one success. We can even view the status in case there's an error message. It will show you the error message. And we can see here all our numbers are now published into Zoom. Now from here, all you would need to do is click on this link right here, which would take you to your Zoom account. And we would just go to phone system management, phone numbers, and here are all the numbers into your Zoom account. From here, you can assign your users and manage them as you would normally.
Great, thanks, George. So that concludes the demo for today. Clearly, there's a lot more behind the scenes and detail that we would love to get into it with you on an individual basis. My recommendation is if you want to use the service, it's quite easy. As you can see, it's very, very easy to use. But if you want some additional help or hand-holding, reach out to your CAM. They'll arrange some time with the team, and we'll spend some time and help you through it. The other thing I want to add, if you do so much incline, where as your volumes does increase and you want to use APIs as a way to communicate backs and forwards, and use the tool as a visualization, a presentation layer of that data, we also have a full suite of APIs, but I know some of you are using, and they've all been refreshed and new as of this past weekend. And so there's a bunch of new APIs that enables a lot of these services, adding a subscriber, adding numbers, maintaining and managing numbers, billing, CDRs, all, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So please reach out to CAM and we'll work with you directly. Thanks, Dawn Marie, for letting us speak today. You're on mute.
Thank you. I think we answered most of the questions in the chat, but David, Glenn, Michael, and Jeff, if you have further questions on the admin pieces or 911, go ahead and reach out to Rob Coker. He's rob@sippio.io. Check out the YouTube link that I posted in the chat. And then if there's anything pertinent that's new in 911 as somebody IM me behind the scenes, we will certainly push out some additional information about that too. So great job today, team. Appreciate everybody's time and enjoy the rest of the week.